Hello friends, now we are going to start the new chapter of Forms of Business Organization Part 1. So in the subject Business Management is the title. So it is important to study that which are types of businesses we have. So just I am indicating some list. Business run by sole proprietor means only single person, right? The second one is business run under Hindu undivided family segment. This is a segment established by the Britishers. We will discuss in continuation of the chapter. The third one is partnership firms. So in this chapter we will discuss about mainly 3 points. Sole proprietorship. Second, business is run under HUF criteria, Hindu undivided family criteria, and partnership. So we have to understand first that why the businesses have been set up under any of this structure. See, sometimes it is possible that the single person cannot work easily. So in that situation, more than one person come in closer in contact with each other and they both decide to start the business. Both are investing money. Either one is investing money and second is investing his mind. But it is sure that both are agreed to distribute the profit on specific proportion. So the partnership developed. And the sole proprietorship is the most ancient way of working since the business came in existence so many years ago. When the monetary work started, economical work started, the sole proprietorship came in existence. Nobody could oppose it. Because in the beginning of the economical work, this is the only single oldest simple form of business organization on earth. In all over the country, it is existing. Now the question comes, why the partnership is required? See, partnership is required because sometimes the single person may not be able to invest the larger amount of money in regarding new businesses. So the sole proprietorship was somehow limited and the partnership came in existence. So in that way, from sole proprietorship to the new way, the partnership started. But here it is not important that the partnership and the sole proprietorship both are. What is better and what is much better, what is lesser important? No, it is not possible to count in that way. Remember this, because every way of working has its own importance. Is that clear, my friend? So understand in that way that all type of businesses, all forms of business organizations are important in its own way, right? Let's start to discuss sole proprietorship first. Okay, here I have stated just before that it is the oldest one and simplest way of the beginning of business organization. So this form, when it comes in existence, is not a matter. Every person can develop this way of working because when the first time in the world the trading activity started, the sole proprietorship came in existence. But now, in a rapidly changing world, it is becoming lesser important, because if we need more money, then only single person's investment is not possible. So in that way, the other form of the businesses started to come in existence. But even though any person starts to his own self-employment, he must move towards sole proprietorship in any circumstances. It's a simple and best way to start the work, because he has not to trust, he has not to ask any other one. He has to decide his capacity and he can start his business. Okay, now I want to start its discussion about its meaning. Means in which way the sole proprietorship could come. Sole proprietorship is a form of business in which the firm is owned, managed and controlled by only one person. I repeat, the firm is owned, managed and controlled by only one person. Means he will invest, he will develop, he will control, he will run, he will administrate and he will manage complete business by his own capacity. So looking after the activity of the business is also done by him. Generally, provision stores, any shop, any departmental store, everything, mainly the retail business, or the decision is only taken by a single person, such kind of business is run under sole proprietorship. So here, who will bear the losses? Now you think, only the sole proprietor, only the owner will bear the losses and he will enjoy the profit also, right? So in both the way, every risk remain up to the proprietor, no one else, right? So mostly it is called simplest way to start own business. Okay. Lewis and Henry have given one explanation or understanding about sole proprietorship. Let us see it. Sole proprietorship is such a form of business organization in which there is only one person at the top who is responsible, who is directing the activity of business and who is ready to bear risk or failure arise only by himself. So here the explanation of Lewis and Henry is very clear, that the business is run by a person, the decision is taken by him, the responsibility is completely on his shoulder. He is only the person who directs every activity of the business, who is ready to bear all kind of the risk and losses may occur or the failure it may come. In all the way, everything is on shoulder of single owner. So it is called sole proprietorship. So he is only protector, responsible and controller, administrator, decision maker in the business. So everything is rest on his shoulder only. Right, my friends? So here I have explained meaning of sole proprietorship first. I think it is clear with you. Now we can move to the next topic of the subject of the chapter is characteristics of sole proprietorship. See, it is a very simple and easy to understand as the business in the sole proprietorship easy to establish. So the first character is easy to establish, right? Okay. First one, the process of establishing proprietorship firm is very easy. No paperwork is required. That who is the owner, what proportion of the profit he will get, no, nothing. No complexity of law will come in term of establishment of the business. Any person can start such kind of form of business organization for lawful activity. I repeat, for lawful activity means if here we are discussing that the business starts, what kind of the business we can discuss? Illegal activity? The answer is no, because the illegal activity cannot be considered by the registration departments. How can it be registered? Can we start the gambling work? Okay, club is allowed. Its registration is in different way, but cannot start the gambling work. Cannot start the service for any kind of the killing and everything. No, any illegal activity is not allowed to be publicly declared. So its proprietorship form is not possible, right? So for any legal activity done under the proprietorship form can start only by one person. Okay. Second one, the capital. I have already stated the investment is only done by him. So whatever the money he want to start, he can take a decision very carefully. So ultimately the risk of the loss and failure will come on his shoulder only. If the dues may occur, then he will pay the dues. He will. So the capital will also be developed by himself. Okay. Let's continue to discuss sole proprietorship. In sole proprietorship, the owner himself invests the capital. If he find the invested capital is insufficient, he can make a decision either to add additional investment by himself or to borrow the money from other, right? So it's depend upon him how to create the capital for running the business. So laterly he has to repay the borrowed money. He will be responsible in all the way. I have stated just before that all risk will be on his shoulder. Nobody will take the responsibility of his work. That is the point you have to remember. Okay, now the third point comes, power of administration. If we have stated that the easiest way, then who will administrate the business? Only proprietor will administrate the business. Generally, owner of the business is looking after the activity of his organization in sole proprietorship. Purchase, sale, collection of the money, whatever be there. The production, some small factories are also running under the sole proprietorship. So the production is also under the control because the decisions are taken by him. How to manage the customers are also being taken in control by him, because he is the ultimate person to make the possible customer into the actual customer. So he will take the control of shopping, he will take the control of selling, he will take the decision about all activity relating to business. Okay, sometime here we can understand the manager will be appointed, but manager will work under his decision control. So nobody will make any decision ultimately. So it is needed that help can be taken if he want to take. Help can be taken from family members, relatives, or salarized person, but ultimately decision is on shoulder of proprietor, nobody else. Okay. The fourth point comes freedom of work. See, he has not to ask. Sole proprietor has not to ask. So the sole proprietor is having freedom regarding the decisions. He can perform activity of business with his intelligence, with his skill, with his experience. He is enjoying total freedom. So he can take quick decisions whichever he want to take. So neither any problem may arise in his activity. Okay, now the fifth point is coming, liability. Now, okay, I want to add some additional explanation about freedom of work. Freedom of work includes if the work is relating with the retail business, many producers, representatives may come to his shop. So what to sell in his shop, who will decide? He will decide. On which discount the product may be purchased. Who will decide? He will decide. So the way of working in regarding the production, if the first year some loss has occurred, for second year the production may be allowed to continue or not, he will decide. So here you understand one thing, freedom of work rests in his hands. What to produce, what to sell, at what rate, with what discount, with which kind of the scheme, at what time the business will open and business will close in the day. Everything is being taken decision by proprietor, because in such a situation of these days which we are passing through, that more than so many days the business is closed. So many times we can see even on the holidays some shops are open, remain open. Now the question comes, usually on the Sundays the shops are closed, but the quick decision has been taken by the owner that now in the coming days, we have earlier taken lots of the days at the rest, so we will continue to do business in all Sundays for coming months or the days. It means for benefit of business, whatever the decision the owner has to take, he can take decision quickly as per the time may allow him, and what the situation may permit him, he can take quick decision accordingly. Right? Okay. Now I am going to discuss the fifth point, liability. Liability of what? Completing the work, do the payment. Everything is on shoulders of sole proprietor or the owner of business. Now you understand. When the liability comes, it is the risk factors. So many times, some newly developed people or unexperienced people may be hesitate to start the business on his own capacity because they are not capable. So they are not satisfied. So they are being feared that if we will not make any profit, then what? So the calculative steps could be taken by proprietor. But even though ultimately the risk factor is there to fulfill the responsibilities and ready to take the liability of whatever the decision he has taken. So here the unlimited liability is only on shoulders of proprietor. So here one short definition is coming to prepare. Unlimited liability. Unlimited liability means for payment of dues, the creditor can put a claim or can make a complaint, also make a claim on personal properties of sole proprietor. So here whatever the property is in existence in name of proprietor will come in radars, in eyes of the creditors when the debt is increasing on sole proprietor. So in that way he is responsible to pay the dues in court of law. If the complaint is made, will be completely done by sole proprietor, not his family member, but he will only responsible for taking any proper decision. So here, in other words, I could say that proprietor, if occur loss in business, the debt will come on his shoulders. He will be responsible for payment for whatever the debt is there. If the property is insufficient, if the fund in business is insufficient, the sole proprietor is liable to pay the dues and debt from his personal properties. So it is a responsibility of sole proprietor to pay the money in all the circumstances. Okay, now the sixth point is coming, maintenance of secrecy. It's an advantage. Earlier was the risk factor, liability, but the advantage is maintenance of secrecy. Now listen, in sole proprietorship, the trader is completely decision making person, or the owner is completely decision making person. So in case he want to keep his secret with him regarding the work, he can keep the secret with him. Under sole proprietorship, nobody can insist him to declare the secret. Whatever the decision he has taken for in favor of business, for betterment of business, for advantage of business, whatever the decision he has taken, nobody can ask him until he solemnly declare his decision to others. Okay. The seventh point is personal contact. Okay, now you understand. In a sole proprietorship, the working area of business is limited. Listen, why I am saying this? Because any owner will work up to that area in which he could concentrate, he could control the work, he could administrate the work. So he will not try to spread the business in sole proprietorship, because if the business has been spread in the larger area, then he cannot sit in one place, he cannot sit at one place and can concentrate in many branches. It is very much difficult. So in that situation, it is necessary to understand that he will work up to only that area where he could concentrate. So his personal contact will remain with his customer, with his other agents. He could also direct a focus on liking of the customer, their requirement, the changing trend in business, the demand of the customer, whatever is there. He can make a direct decision. So there may be personal contact remain by owner or proprietor over his customers. Now the eighth point is centralization of ownership and management. The last point in the characteristics. See, in sole proprietorship, owner himself is the manager. So the centralization is there in ownership. Everything is in his control. The management is also in his control. So he is also completely decision making power. In other businesses, we can see, in other business firms, we can see the owner is different. The management is in hands of the different person. So here in sole proprietorship, it is not seen. So everything remain under his own control. Is that clear, my friends? So I have tried to explain here important characteristics of sole proprietorship with its meaning with you. I try to share. Okay, my friends?